Chapter 21. Pivot Point Nutrition. To eat is a necessity, but to eat intelligently is an art. François de la Rochefoucauld. If you are reading this book while sipping a latte at your local Starbucks, chances are you're unaware of the dire nutritional deficiencies that plague the modern world. To understand what the United States Children's Fund, UNICEF, describes as silent hunger, we first need to understand the nutritional deficiencies associated with our modern diet and food supply. Much of our genetic makeup is linked to the diets of our hunter-gatherer ancestors, a diet driven by naturally available food. Throughout the Paleolithic era, a span of about 2.6 million years, many aspects of human biology evolved around the available food supply. That all changed around 10,000 years ago with the agricultural revolution, and our genes have not had a chance to catch up. The agricultural revolution, or Neolithic revolution, transformed the diet of modern humans with the introduction of grains and starchy foods as a primary food source. Before the agricultural revolution, humans consumed a highly varied source of plants, honey, tubers, fruits, nuts, berries, fish, meats, eggs, mushrooms, herbs, and spices. Additionally, their bodies were strong and agile due to the level of daily movement needed for their active, mobile lifestyle. Our modern diets are a direct legacy of the agricultural revolution, and along with that diet, a plague of nutritional deficiencies, diseases, and ailments. One of the worst deficiencies is vitamin A deficiency, VAD. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, an estimated 250,000 to 500,000 vitamin A deficient children become blind every year, half of them dying within 12 months of losing their sight. The WHO also estimates that over 30% of the world's population is anemic due to iron deficiency. If you do the math, that's around 2 billion iron-deficient people in our human family. Food science has been evolving for centuries and is another of the most studied areas in our human history. A central focus of nutritional science is dedicated to the prevention of diseases associated with human nutritional deficiencies. One of the strategies to combat nutritional deficiencies is to isolate deficiency effects on the human body and then fortify foods and design supplements to include the lacking or insufficient nutrients. For better or worse, our processed foods are packed with these deficiency prevention fortifications. Our worldwide lack of proper nutrition is linked to the agricultural revolution. While agriculture seems to solve the food distribution for an ever-growing human population, the scaling of that industry has dramatically diluted the robust nutritional diversity of our hunter-gatherer ancestors. If you are fortunate enough to live in an area of the world with access to all varieties of food, you likely have not dealt with the nutritional deficiencies typically found in the denser populations of the developing world. Even in the first world, with all our scientific progress, access to knowledge, and choices of almost any food we desire, we still find ways to kill ourselves with what we choose to put into our bodies. To further complicate this trend of nutritional ignorance, we are bombarded with misinformation about what, when, and how much food we should eat and drink. Let's push that aside and begin by building a new understanding and relationship with food and drink we consume. Nutritional building blocks, or NBBs. A basic understanding of food science is within everyone's grasp. This framework has the power to generate more consistent eating habits over longer periods. Attaining a better understanding of food profiles, like the calories in specific foods, their nutritional profiles, and the individual and combined effects of different foods on the human body, makes it easier to navigate fad diets and questionable eating practices. The two categories we will focus on are, number 1, macronutrients, carbohydrates, protein, fats, and water. Number 2, micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and phytochemicals from plants. While different human cultures have adapted to varying quantities and availability of food, the fact remains that there are certain foods and nutrients that every human body requires to survive. These are what we will call nutritional building blocks, or NBBs for short. These NBBs are the macronutrients and specific vitamins and minerals. Without them, we would suffer extreme ailments and diseases, or not survive. For example, if you ate a diet rich in carbohydrates and fats alone, you would deteriorate and eventually die from the complications of protein deficiency. If you left out vitamin C, you would eventually die from the complications of scurvy. No vitamin D, and you get rickets. There are many more, but you get the idea. In our Western diet, we fortify everything to protect ourselves from these deficiency diseases due to our mass consumption of unhealthy food choices devoid of these nutrients. Deficiencies in some of these key nutrients can be lethal, while other deficiencies create ill health and disease that can significantly diminish quality of life. In addition to these ailments and diseases, nutritional deficiencies trigger ravenous hunger, leading to epidemic levels of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. As a nutritional pivot point, start by ensuring you are consuming the optimum amount of your NBBs, primarily through whole foods like in our paleo or hunter-gatherer diet. Consult a certified nutritionist or dietitian to help you navigate this vital area of your human health. There are so many ideas and approaches to nutrition. How do you know where to begin? We live in a marvelous age where we have access to amazingly nutritious food choices, supplementation, and clean water. We are also bombarded with terrible food choices, worthless or even harmful supplementation, and unclean water. Let's begin with a few pivot points that will start you in a good direction. As always, it is a good practice to check with your health professionals before making any significant changes, avoid known food allergies, and incorporate specific dietary requirements. Dietary pivot points. Disclaimer: always check with your doctor or dietary professional before making dietary choices or changes. Number 1. Breakfast is a good place to begin. Start by making a plant-based, protein-rich smoothie in the mornings and consume it within 20 minutes after waking. Your smoothie should contain some healthy liquid of choice as a base. Add organic greens like kale, watercress, or arugula. Organic spinach is an excellent option as it is inexpensive and available almost anywhere. You could also put in frozen berries, a banana, a few large scoops of quality unflavored Greek yogurt, or vegan option, for protein and probiotics, flaxseed, a quality organically extracted powder from green veggies and fruit, and maybe a high-quality protein powder of choice. There are many variations you can try to get the taste and texture you look forward to drinking. This is a big smoothie, but drink it down. Satiety will last a few hours and make you feel great. Of course, you will have to decide on whole food ingredients that fit your lifestyle and do not trigger allergies, food sensitivities, or ethical choices. Number 2, drink plenty of fresh filtered water throughout the day. Number 3, eat a varied diet of lean proteins, vegetables, and fruits, organic eggs, mushrooms, herbs, spices, and the proper balance of fats. Eat legumes whenever possible, and berries and nuts. Walnuts are perhaps the best nutritionally. Quinoa is an easy replacement for rice and is available almost anywhere. It has an excellent texture and flavor. Try a delicious combination of quinoa with avocado and roasted pine nuts. Number 4. Start migrating toward organic choices from the list above. Look for locally sourced options for free-range eggs, wild meats, vegetables, and more. Number 5. For growing children, your pediatric health team should be directly involved with meal planning and supplementation. Ask your pediatrician to assist with a comprehensive nutritional guide for your children's changing dietary needs. Elimination strategies. This is a big pivot point. Elimination of certain foods, drugs, and beverages can be life-changing, and all it takes is a decision to do it. This strategy is the essence of the Pivot Point program, in that this one strategy can deliver a big payoff. All it takes is targeted support and the will to follow through. On our primary elimination list are the poisons: tobacco, vaping, illegal drugs, many prescription drugs, but talk to your doctor first, and abuse of alcohol. Secondary list: artificial sweeteners, flavors, and colors, sugary soft drinks or energy drinks, packaged pastries, processed meats, processed meals, donuts, margarine, and all hydrogenated oils. There are more, but let's build a base with this list first as a pivot point. Simply put in healthy choices and eliminate the unhealthy. See how you feel after a month of adding a smoothie for breakfast every morning and not consuming items on the elimination list. Take small steps first. Start with changing your diet and your dietary intake as major pivot points. Keep it simple and stick to the ideas in this chapter as a starting point. If you are struggling with weight, ill health, and low energy, the dietary ideas in this chapter will make a significant difference within just the first month. When kept, these ongoing changes to your daily routine will improve your relationships at home and work. As your willpower increases, you will feel a little better each day and generally more engaged with your life's direction and purpose. This is your unique pivot point process at work. Go to pivotpointeffect.com for more on food selection and recipes.